What's up guys, Demise here, and today I'm bringing you another Modern Warfare video. And today we're going to be talking about kill streaks. Wait, I thought we had score streaks in Call of Duty. Or maybe even specialists, like from Modern Warfare 3, where you can become like a super soldier with all the perks. Well actually guys, the true answer is it's all three. In Modern Warfare you're going to have the option to either run kill streaks, score streaks, or trade out your 3 kill streaks for 3 extra perks. Before we dive headfirst into all of the kill streaks that are going to be in Call of Duty, or at least the ones we know about, I'd like to ask you guys to please hit that like button. If this video can get 10 likes, I will put out another Modern Warfare video the very next day. Also, I'd like to ask you guys to please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for continued Modern Warfare content leading up to the beta, in the beta, and of course when the full game launches. Alright, with that out of the way, let's jump into it. Starting off in the 3 kills slot, we have the personal UAV, or as it is called in the game, a personal radar. The description says it is an escort drone that enables the radar for the owner and pings nearby enemies. As most of you probably know by now, in this game you do not get a mini-map by default. However, rocking the personal UAV and maybe hardline, you can get that mini-map rather easily, with 2 kills or 3. I think when this game first launches, this is going to be so powerful. It's going to be super strong because coming into a game where we're so used to having a mini-map, where we are red dot chasers. As Call of Duty fans, you've been through the franchise, you've been in the franchise for as long as I have. You know that you are so used to looking up there in that top left corner of your screen to be able to know, 1, where spawns are going, another one, where your teammates are at, and 3, seeing the choke points that are in the map or maybe even obstacles that you could be running into. Next up, coming in at 4 kills, is the counter UAV. The description of this kill streak is a drone that constantly emits a scrambling signal, disabling enemy minimaps and incrementally disrupting their senses the closer they get to it. Honestly, the counter UAV is just like it has been in any other Call of Duty that we've seen so far. If the enemy team either has 1, a personal UAV, or 2, a regular UAV, which we'll get to next, this counter UAV will obscure their minimap and make it difficult for them to gain any intel about the battle. Once again, I think at least at launch, this is going to be very strong because we know that there's going to be a lot of people running personal UAV and UAV just because they want that minimap, they want that familiarity. The next kill streak on the list, also at 4 kills, is the UAV. The description of the UAV reads, UAV recon ship that enables the map for all allies and reveals enemy locations. Now you will notice there is a difference between this and the personal radar, the personal UAV. This one allows it for all allies, where the other one was just for yourself. Also, just like I mentioned before, this is going to be very strong when this game first releases, just because, once again, our team and ourselves are so used to that minimap, and this will give us more intel about the battle. Another thing I'd like to point out is you can only have 1 kill streak per kill slot. For example, I cannot equip the counter UAV and the UAV at the same time because they both require 4 kills to earn. The last kill streak that can be earned for 4 kills is the care package. The description of the care package is call in a random kill streak care package to your location. Personally, the care package is one of my favorite kill streaks to run in the entire franchise. It's relatively easy to earn, and especially if you can re-roll it, a lot of times you will get a much higher kill streak for those 4 kills. However, of course, there is the downside that you do have to call in the care package, and there's always that chance that the enemy team could capture and take your kill streak. Moving on up to the kill streaks that take 5 kills to earn, we begin with the cluster strike. The definition given in the game for the cluster strike is signal for a number of cluster mortars to hit a designated location. This is a new kill streak to Call of Duty. This is not something we've seen in previous years. And also, if you've seen my previous video on the multiplayer reveal trailer, I'm going to go ahead and put a card up there on the top right for that video. This is one of the kill streaks that you actually have to laze the location. And it's only 1 location. This is not a 3 strike like the lightning strike from Black Ops 2 or one of the bombardments from the other game. This one looks to be for taking over a single location objective and holding it for a certain period of time. Now this won't go off for very long, but it does have 3 consecutive strikes that strike the ground in a particular place. For example, if you're wanting to hold down or take over the B flag in a domination game, you could laze that location, have your team jump on it, and it would keep the enemy at least from being able to jump on the flag while you're taking it. And of course, this could run campers off of rooftops if that's ever something you need to do. I honestly feel like this kill streak is not one that I will probably be running in Modern Warfare. The fact that I have to actually laze a location, and then it's only 1 location, and it still requires 5 kills, I feel like my kills or that particular kill streak slot could be utilized a little bit better. An example of something I would rather run is our next kill streak, the cruise missile. The definition of the cruise missile is control a long-range cruise missile with boost capabilities. This kill streak is going to be super familiar, and I think it's going to be one that's ran quite often. The Predator missile dates all the way back to Modern Warfare 2 and is something that we've seen multiple times throughout multiple Call of Duties. The last kill streak we have for the 5 kill tier is the Precision Airstrike. Once again, this is another kill streak that is going to be super familiar, and it just says call in twin jets for precision strike along the best available path, as its description. Now, if you're a big fan of Modern Warfare, you got your start in Modern Warfare, or even if you played it, you will know that this kill streak dates all the way back to the beginning of kill streaks. However, with that said, on all the other Modern Warfares or other Call of Duties beyond Modern Warfare, the original, I didn't really run the Precision Airstrike. I would either kill myself with it or it just wouldn't give many kills. So I would actually probably default to the Predator missile, or the cruise missile in this case, as my pick for the 5 kill slot. One of the interesting things I do see in the description is it says along the best available path. Now, this is not something I've heard anybody talk about, but what it sounds like is they're actually going to use where you place it on the map to decide what direction the planes come at onto the map. Now, this could be kind of difficult from a programming or an AI standpoint. However, if they know the lanes of the map, they know the best trajectories for these planes to come in and hit certain objectives, it'd be really fascinating to see that if this airstrike is smart enough to be able to line up and hit those particular choke points or those particular lanes of the map where people are most likely to be. And since it is a 5 kill streak, I would like to see that it actually do some damage. It actually is worth those 1, maybe 2 kills that you're kind of expecting for this kill streak. Next, we have a little bit of jump in kills for the requirement for the kill streak, and this jumps up to 7 kills. There's 2 kill streaks in this particular category. First one I'd like to talk about is the Wheelson. It is a remote-controlled UGV with a powerful airburst turret. We also got to see some gameplay of this in the multiplayer reveal trailer, and it does look rather powerful. One of the things that I kind of compare it to is maybe the Mantis from Black Ops 4, or even the Cerberus from Black Ops 3. However, from the description, we don't know whether or not this will be automated or AI controlled when you're not actually in it. You can't just throw it down and let it roam around the map and get you kills. Or if it's something you actually have to lay down, stay in one position, call it in, and control it until either 1, it's time that it runs off, or 2, it gets destroyed by the enemy. If it is indeed AI controlled, I feel like the Wheelson is going to be one of the most powerful little mini tanks that you can call in and control the battlefield. Depending on my game mode, depending on what I'm playing or who I'm playing with, this will probably be one of my primary staples to my kill streaks. I'm a huge fan of kill streaks that I can fire and forget, so to speak. I can call them in, let them do their thing, they can get me kills, and I can be getting kills also, or at least protecting myself. For the next kill streak, I have to ask you guys, was anybody a fan of World at War? Maybe the map where there was, tanks you could drive? Yes, that's right, tanks are returning in Modern Warfare, but as a kill streak. Its official name is an infantry assault vehicle, and it is a manned light infantry vehicle with a 50 cal machine gun on top. This kill streak sounds like a lot of fun. You get yourself, maybe one teammate that you trust, throw him in the top, drive around the map, run over people maybe, which I'm sure will be a thing, with 2 ways to take out the enemy. 1, the main gun, and 2, that 50 cal. One of the only things I'm actually worried about with the infantry assault vehicle is its size. Is this vehicle going to be able to progress through the map how it should, or is it going to be kind of confined to certain areas? Next up on the list, and coming in at 8 kills, is another fan favorite from Modern Warfare 2, the Emergency Airdrop. This one's description is call in 3 random kill streak care packages to your location. For those of you who were around during Modern Warfare 2, you probably remember this kill streak as the kill streak you got to make sure your team didn't suck. Honestly, I would just run this kill streak and then make sure that I could throw it where my teammates could get it and kind of bring up that KD, especially in your team deathmatch game modes. It's about 50-50, even if I'm doing well. Some of my teammates are not. Our next kill streak is probably my favorite kill streak from the entire Call of Duty series, which is a bold statement when you have AC-130s and chopper gunners and other things that come into the kill streak category. And that is the Harrier Strike, or as it is called in this game, the VTOL Jet. And the description in game is releases an initial missile barrage before guarding a location of the player's choice. Now I don't know about you, but when I wanted a nuke in Modern Warfare 2, this was my first kill streak. I could almost guarantee on getting maybe 1, maybe 2 kills with the initial strike, and then that Harrier just going off and probably getting me all the way to my chopper gunner. I have been wanting this kill streak back in a Call of Duty ever since Modern Warfare 2, but I think it was just too strong for them to go ahead and add it in any of the previous games. As you can well imagine, we're going to have to see how this performs in the beta and also in the full release of the game, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how much damage this kill streak can do when it gets called into the map. The next 2 kill streaks have another jump from the 8 kill category to the 10 kill category, so we're moving on up. And the first in this category is the Chopper Gunner. The description of this one inside of the game is control an assault chopper armed with a turret and an air-to-land missiles. Now this is going to behave a little bit different than the Modern Warfare 2 Chopper Gunner that went around the map kind of willy-nilly. It did its own thing. If I'm not mistaken, you could tell it to go to a new location, but you couldn't actually control where it went on the map. However, Modern Warfare's chopper is going to behave more like the gunship from Black Ops. You not only get to control where you're shooting and what you're shooting, you also get to control the actual helicopter. Looking at the gameplay, this doesn't quite seem as strong as it did in Modern Warfare 2, so we're going to have to wait and kind of keep an eye on this one, but I am excited to see it returning to the series. Lastly, in the 10 kill streak category, we have White Phosphorus. Now to me, this reminds me a lot of the Napalm Strike from Black Ops 1. The description in-game is cover the battlefield with white smoke flare canisters that will disorient the enemy and burn any that wander too close. Now this kill streak has seen some controversy in the media and online, Reddit, etc., just for how destructive it is in reality. Now controversy aside, I have always liked the Napalm Strike. I've always liked the line of defense that you'd get from these kind of kill streaks, and so I'm kind of excited to see how this works in game. I've also heard that it kind of blankets the entire map in kind of a fog, so we'll have to wait and see how that performs as well. Feels like it's kind of a detriment to both you and the enemy. Next up on our list is the only kill streak that comes in at 11 kills, and that is the Support Helo. Its definition in game is call in a heavy assault helo with twin turrets to patrol the map. Now we made a lot of callbacks in Modern Warfare 2, and this is another one if you guys remember the Pavlo. This gunship was amazing. It would come into the map and give me a ton of kills. It was harder to shoot down, and its AI seemed to lock onto the enemy so much better than just a regular chopper. Now if I'm going for those high kills, those Slayer maxes, this may be one of the kill streaks that I end up running. We're getting up there in the kills category, so now next up at 12 kills is the Gunship, also known as the AC-130. This also is a fan favorite and has been seen in multiple Call of Duties throughout the years. The description in game is it is a heavy assault gunship with 3 types of armaments. Now if you remember, that means you have a giant cannon that shoots a huge shell and does a lot of damage, but it reloads very fast and it's basically single fire. You can think of this as the sniper rifle of the AC-130. All you have to do is hit Y, and then you have a little bit smaller shells. You can shoot these rather fast, kind of in short succession. But then once again, it takes a second to reload. So what happens when you need to reload that one? Well, you hit Y again, and you have a giant turret. It's like a 50 cal. I remember going on some slaughters with the AC-130 in Modern Warfare 2. It was one of my favorite kill streaks to run, but I actually prefer the Chopper Gunner over that. So we'll have to see how this game plays out and see which one of those actually is better. I imagine the AC-130 does a little bit better since it requires more kills, but if the Chopper Gunner is just as good at 10 kills, we might as well run it, right? Also in the 12 kill category, we have the Advanced UAV. This one's definition is an orbital UAV that reveals the enemy's direction on the minimap. Now this is one of those kill streaks we've been asking for the last couple of years. We want to see direction, we want a constant UAV, we want something that's better than just the basic UAV that we can get at like 3 kills. We want a higher tier, because we got so used to these in the Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. They were so powerful and snipers loved them. Not only that, they provide your team with invaluable information. I remember getting these in Black Ops 1 and watching my team just destroy. With this kill streak, I think we're going to have to wait and see whether or not it's constant or if it's more of a sweeping like we got in Modern Warfare 3 when you call in multiple UAVs. And last but certainly not least, coming in at 15 kills is the Juggernaut. This one's description in game is to call in a care package that contains the Juggernaut assault gear. Now, I'm not real sure how I feel about this. The strongest kill streak in the game, at least that we've been able to see thus far, can be stolen. However, I imagine the game thinks, hey, you went on a 15 kill streak already, you're probably not going to get your care package stolen, but it can happen. You finally get to that 15 kill streak and then you get shot off your care package. Someone else gets your Juggernaut. I think that would just be downright depressing. But with that said, the Juggernaut's going to be extremely strong. From what I've heard from people that have played the game, it takes 2, maybe 3 rockets, just keeps on trucking. Another interesting factoid that we've learned is the Juggernaut suit is actually playing heavy metal music through like his headphones inside of the suit, which is an extremely interesting take on a Juggernaut. However, we've also been told you can turn this off if you want to. Alright guys, that wraps up all of the kill streaks that we know of in Call of Duty, at least that we've been able to see in the game. But wait, isn't there that nuke that we seen at the end of the multiplayer reveal trailer? That's right, you guys know it, the nuke is returning, except we don't know much about it. We've heard that it's a game ending, you get the nuke and it ends the game, unlike it was in Ghost where it just kind of sent this weird fog over the map. We've also heard that this is earned at a 25 gun streak, however this is not confirmed by Infinity Ward. However, hopefully, day one maybe of the beta, somebody will get a nuke, and we'll know a little bit more information. Alright guys, that does wrap it up for all of the earnable kill streaks inside of Modern Warfare. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you are going to be able to earn score streaks. There is something that they just released in a recent interview. They said that there's a perk called Point Man that you can put onto your character that turns all of these kill streaks into point streaks. So you can play the game as if we have over the last few years. I can definitely see this perk being a favorite in your dominations where you can just run AC, AC over and over again and earn the chopper gunner in a matter of minutes. I personally am not a fan of this playstyle, but you know, if that's what you want to do, all more power to you. In the same interview, it's also confirmed that you can opt out of kill streaks altogether and use perks instead of kill streaks. Now, a lot of you probably remember the Specialist from Modern Warfare 3, where it was super powerful. Basically, you were a super soldier by the end of the game. You felt unstoppable. I get the feeling there's going to be a nostalgia factor in this game where you're going to be able to do the same thing. Trading out those 3 kill streaks for 3 perks is something that's super powerful, especially since from what I've heard, tier 2 perks are super strong. And the ability to run maybe 2 more of those sound like it may be a very viable option. The Specialist system in and of itself is not going to be another perk. In a tweet by Joe Seacott, he says that the Specialist system is an extra option in the perk menu, and this option unlocks during player progression. I would imagine this is pretty high up in the levels, like close to Prestige before you get this, but once again we haven't seen it, so we'll have to wait and see. Alright guys, I think that's going to about wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Also, subscribe for more Call of Duty Modern Warfare content. And don't forget, if we get 10 likes on this video, I'll release another one the very next day. My most recent video should be popping up on the screen about now. This has been Demise, guys. We'll see you guys later.